Okay, so we've got our shipment back in, and first of all, we got Dixit back in, and we also got a few of the expansions in. We got a total of 4 of the expansions in right now. Dixit's a great, popular party type game. It's like you'll have someone's giving clues, but you don't want to give clues that are too easy, because basically everybody's playing out these cards that are trying to match the verbal story or clue that you're actually giving, but you don't want to get everybody to guess it, just some of them, but not everybody, because if you get everybody to ends up guessing it, you get no points and everybody else does, and you don't want that to happen. And we also got Star Wars Rebellion. This is a nice big box game. Even though it says $99.99, it's actually going to be cheaper than that here, because all our games that are over $80, you tend to be, we mark them down pretty good. Like this is Fortune and Glory's $99.99 retail, and we actually got it for $74.99. We do that for most of the games that are like over $80, because they're kind of hard to move them otherwise locally. But Star Wars is basically the most Star Wars in a box type game as you possibly get. But so it's a pretty epic Star Wars battle type thing. So if you're looking for a nice, the pure total Star Wars experience, that's definitely one to look for. Speaking of Star Wars, we also got the X-Wing, a couple of X-Wing ships in. We're going pretty heavy on these right now because there's a lot of interest, and a lot of people are playing it. And there's a lot of, we're going to have like a small event on Tabletop Day in the store. So stay tuned for that if you come down here for that. We also got Steampunk Rally. I don't know a lot about this game. It's had a customer came in. He had me order it for him, but it looked really interesting. Basically, it's a race game about famous inventors who build these like little crazy little contraptions and race them. So it's real fascinating looking, but I haven't played it, so I can't say a whole lot other than that. We also got Smash Up expansions back in. We got most of them in right now. There's a science fiction double feature. Smash Up's a real popular one. This one's been out for a while. You get the Epic Spell Wars. If you watch Tabletop, you can watch their show. You can see how this had a blast. It's a real hysterical game to play. It's about battling wizards. You also had the sequel to it, with Rebel and Castle Tentakill. So it's like they're both like standalones, or you can combine them. And we also got Marvel Munchkin. So if you like Munchkin, or if you don't, if you just like Marvel, it's like, there you go. It's like, for me, it's like, well, the Munchkins I want to play, it probably would be a Marvel one. We also got Space Alert back in. Space Alert's like a real-time, fast-paced game where you're in real time, you're actually programming your movement for your little guys and trying to deal with alien invasions, all sorts of things. But this one is like real popular a few years ago, but it's a real frenziest type of game. So, and now we got Blood Rage. This one's like been all over the internet. People are like going gaga over this one. It's by Cool Mini or Not. You can see some of the minis in there. They're very famous about doing their minis and doing them very well. I saw one of these out the last a couple of weeks ago when they did game nights that we hold, and it looked really cool. But I didn't get to play it, but unfortunately, it's been getting a lot of hype, and people are just going crazy with all the memes in all the game board chat rooms for Blood Rage. So, and we also got Sheriff of Nottingham back in. If you like a bluffing game, that's a really good one. That's a real popular one. We also got Takanoko, which translates to bamboo. This one's a really cool middleweight type of game. It's great for families, great for gamers, so it's a good one that covers a lot of bases. We also got Flux back in, got a whole bunch of them. We also got a bunch of different flavors of Holiday Flux, just in time for Christmas. You also got Batman Flux, Star Flux, Firefly Flux has been real popular recently in here, just because for the Firefly name. There's Oz Flux, Stoner Flux. I guess that's a cartoon. I'm not really familiar with it, but Pirate Flux and other ones as well. So there's a whole bunch of them. Cthulhu Flux. You always have to have a Cthulhu something. But if you never played Flux, basically it's a game with only 2 rules when you start. It's like draw a card and play a card, and that's it. So you're actually creating the rules to the game as you go. So it's really easy to learn because the rules aren't really there except draw a card and play a card. And don't even have a goal yet to actually play one out. So that one's been real popular for quite a few years. It's been around. And speaking of being around, Acquire, we stockpiled a few of them. We're trying to get some more. We only got 3 of them right now, but looks like this one's going out of print, which is sad. I'm hoping that just means maybe they're coming out with the new version, but I haven't really heard anything. But this one's a classic, and it really holds up even with gamers for, by today's standards. It's been around since the 60s, so it's hopefully they will do a new version, but just in case, they may be hard to get in the near future, if not now. So we also got a bunch of pop figures. We got some Woody from Toy Story. Got a couple of the Star Wars ones back in. Got Dalek and Cylon and a couple of Batman ones. Got like Happy Batman. Got Scowling Batman v Superman Batman. So we got a couple of different Batmans, very subtle differences. And you also got the Wonder Woman from Batman v Superman. See the logo there. And this one's new. We got Peter Griffin from Family Guy. You got him back in. And I think that's about it. On International Tabletop Day, it's April 30th. And we will be slowly pulling a bunch of games down here. It'll take like all week long because we're having over 700 games, as you can see. But this most of it's going to be taking place at the Fat Rabbit on Sutter Street. So hopefully we'll see you down here. Bye.
Blood Rage.